Welcome to NextGen Investors, where global events meet smart money. Today, we're breaking down a powerful topic: Trump tariffs, how they affect the world. From rising prices at your grocery store to global economic tensions, tariffs might sound boring, but they shape economies, disrupt trade ties, and even spark financial wars. Let's break it down in 12 clear points. Increased costs for consumers. Tariffs are taxes placed on imported goods, and guess who ends up paying? You. Me. All of us. When tariffs are applied, businesses usually pass the extra cost on to consumers. So, whether you're buying a smartphone, car parts, or even canned tomatoes, expect higher prices. In 2018, U.S. tariffs on Chinese electronics caused laptop prices to spike for American buyers. And that's just one example. Disruption of global supply chains. Over decades, companies built efficient global supply chains. One part made in China, assembled in Vietnam, and shipped to the U.S. Tariffs throw a wrench in this system. Firms are forced to find new partners, relocate factories, or shift production, all of which are expensive. Result? Delays, rising production costs, and confused customers. Reduced global trade volume. Higher tariffs equals lower trade. When countries make imports more expensive, global trade slows down. The World Trade Organization reported a major dip in trade growth during the U.S.-China trade tensions under Trump. Less trade equals slower economies. Retaliatory tariffs and trade wars. Tariffs rarely go unanswered. When the U.S. targets China, China hits back. This tit-for-tat leads to a trade war, where everyone loses. For example, U.S. farmers were hit hard when China imposed tariffs on soybeans and pork, costing billions in exports. Negative impact on GDP growth. Leading institutions like the World Bank, OECD, and even the U.S. Federal Reserve have warned. Tariffs reduce global GDP. By cutting production efficiency and reducing trade, tariffs shrink economies. Even the U.S. experienced slower growth linked to these policies. Uncertainty and reduced investment. No investor likes surprises. Trump's frequent tariff announcements created uncertainty. Why build a factory today if your costs might spike tomorrow? This hesitation freezes innovation, delays expansion, and slows job creation. Shifts in manufacturing and sourcing. To avoid tariffs, companies often move production elsewhere, like from China to Mexico or India. While this helps bypass some taxes, it also brings higher costs and supply inefficiencies. Quick transitions can also lead to quality issues and logistical challenges. Impact on specific industries. Tariffs don't hit everyone equally. Industries like automotive, construction, and agriculture suffer more. For example, tariffs on steel and aluminum raise costs for carmakers and builders. China's retaliation hurt American farmers, especially soybean and pork exporters. Revenue generation for the U.S. government. Yes, tariffs bring in money. Between 2018 and 2020, the U.S. government collected tens of billions in tariff revenue. But here's the catch: economists say this gain is small compared to the overall economic damage. It's like earning $100 by breaking a $500 machine. Geopolitical strain and weakened alliances. Tariffs on traditional allies like Canada, Mexico, and the EU have strained relationships. Even NATO partners questioned America's motives. These moves weaken global unity on critical issues like climate change, tech regulation, and geopolitical stability. Impact on emerging markets. Countries like Vietnam, India, and Bangladesh depend heavily on exports. Trump's tariffs redirected trade flows and sometimes led to U.S. goods flooding other markets, triggering price crashes, job losses, and currency instability in these developing nations. Rise of regional trade blocs. As global trade becomes more uncertain, countries are turning to regional trade deals, like ASEAN, RCEP, and the African Continental Free Trade Area. Ironically, the U.S., once the champion of free trade, now risks being left out of new economic ecosystems. Conclusion. So, what's the final word? Tariffs may protect short-term national interests. But in the long run, they can disrupt global trade, increase prices, and spark geopolitical tension. As investors and global citizens, we must stay alert, because these policies affect markets, wallets, and the world. If you found this video helpful, hit like, share, and subscribe to NextGen Investors for more global financial insights. Drop a comment. Do you think tariffs help or hurt the economy? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. We do not support or criticize any political figure. All economic insights are based on verified reports and real-world data.